DJ Taxi.
What's up? It's me, Juan, and 'tis the season. I mentioned that earlier. What am I talking about? Halloween. What do you do during Halloween? You watch scary movies, and that's what I'm doing. I'm prepping, watching a lot of scary movies, and I stumbled across a gem that I was like, man, I have to share. I have to let people know about this movie. Maybe they already do. We can talk about it. But the movie is named Tigers Are Not Afraid. Like, that's deep. Damn. What does that mean? Don't let that poetic title, like fool you, or be give an impression based on that title. This movie is great. So it's based in. I'm giving this movie a 10 out of 10. I don't give movies 10 out of 10. It's like that's not something easy, to get. But they get a perfect score. The director. So the setting is Mexico, a corrupt Mexico, which is, basically setting it modern day Mexico. I don't know if they gave a specific city. I might have missed it, so I have to rewatch. I'm definitely going to rewatch. That's how good this is. And it's basically corrupt. By that I mean, trafficking, drugs, human, etc. It's just real bad. And then the characters are the main characters they're kids. You love kids. I mean, most people love kids. However you feel, like, these are innocent kids. And it's a group of them. You can think of them as the Lost Boys, like Peter Pan. They're just kids out surviving, doing their own thing. And parents beware, since we're talking about kids. Children die in this movie. So if that's something that bothers you, I'm just going to let you know right now. Know that kids die in this movie. So if you watch them with your kids, I don't know if you've showed them that yet. So again, use your best judgment. I'm just letting you know that kids do die in this movie. And in regards to the story, it's a roller coaster ride, an emotional one. And there's great character development in this movie. What do I mean by that? The stories, that basically when they introduce a character, they kind of give you a little background on them. And they give you enough to keep you glued. And it's just a great story, and every scene matters. Like, everything that you see is pretty much vital. It's not that confusing, so don't get like, oh man, this is going to be a brain movie. No. It's just a great movie. So right now, I'm going to get into the real meat of it. So if you're going to go watch this, or if you're really serious about watching, I would pause, the video right now, because I'm about to get into the spoiler part. Like, that was the non-spoiler part, and now we're going to talk about the good stuff. So definitely watch this, because next we're going to be talking spoilers. All right. So now we're going to get into the details of the movie itself. So I'm assuming you watched it by now, or you had previous watched this, and you're like, I want to see what this dude thinks. So I love the movie. Know that, definitely. And the movie starts off with freaking shooting drills that kids, kids have shooting drills. How we as kids have, here in America, all safe and beep. We have little, I'm guessing now kids are kind of doing it with all the shootouts. But this movie's got public messages. It's crazy. So these kids have these drills. So it happens, and then you see a little girl, and she's kind of freaking out. And then the teacher, tries to keep her calm. She, very smart lady. She's like, hey, look at these chalk. They're 3 wishes. Like, these will, do with them what you want, whatever. So whenever all that drama's done and they show the dead body, just some dude dead, got shot outside of the school, like, all right, everyday life, that's cool. And then, so that starts. She gets the 3 chalks, and her first wish when she gets home, which freaking crazy, she lives by herself, because we don't really get the details yet. but it does get, you learn it pretty quick. That yeah, like her mom was, taken, and she's missing, so that's all she knows. Um, and you get introduced to a little boy too, Shine, which he's just a little badass. You don't really know he's a leader yet, but you'll learn that eventually. And so yeah, her first wish she makes is that she wants her mother, to figure out where her mother is, or I gotta look at the movie again to see like what exactly the wish was, but she wants her mother back, or to like find her mother. And what you don't know about this chalk is you do get your wish, but it's not what you're expecting. Like, it's not gonna go the way that you think it's gonna go. So when she wished for that, stuff got real pretty quick. You see this little, like bloodline developing. Like, imagine this, and you'll see like a freaking bloodline coming up. It's crazy. And the imagery is like just really good cinematography in this movie. I was like, wow, it had me hooked. So this is like the scary type of setting. So it's like a horror flick, but it's more than that. Listen, we'll keep talking about it. And yeah, you see all that blood. And I'm just surprised he's not freaking out. So then at that point, I'm like, is she imagining this? Is this real? Is this fake? So you start having this discussion with yourself as well while you're watching this movie. What's real? Like, is any of it real? So that's crazy. Let's see, what's the next point here? So yeah, that shot gives you unexpected results. So, like on the second day or something of that same situation with that haunting crap happening, she decides to like get out of there because like it's whatever she opened or awakened, like, is just really pissing, just really tripping out. It's like really haunting her, and she's scared. So she leaves the house and, like, I guess tries to find Shine, who also made a joke about, this gang has your mom, like they took your mom, and like, just like whatever, and you kind of like, this gang took your mom, like, is that a common occurrence? And you find out that, yeah, it is. So that's crazy. So she finds these little Shine, which he's a leader, as I mentioned before, of these little kids, and they're the Lost Boys, essentially. They're just out there doing what they got to do to survive. And these freaking kids are lovable. Like, they're freaking children. Like, you know what I mean? They're just so innocent. And you can tell because she shows up, and they do their little fort. They're building a little fort, and they're like, cooties, oh, girl. Like, it's just so real. So you like immediately like fall in love with these kids. You're like, wow, that's crazy. And again, Shine is the leader. He's their protector. He's looking out for these kids. He's real street smart. And he's also got like a burn on his face, which they go into that. That happens. You find out his house got burned down, and I think his mom got killed or whatever. It's just crazy, like crazy, that he had to deal with that. But he's like real ashamed of that scar, and they go into that. So yeah, he's this kid's protector, and then you meet probably the cutest of the whole group, the youngest in that little Lost Boy crew. I forget his name. Starts with like a M motto or something like that. You meet him, and he's mute. He doesn't talk because he saw something when he was a kid. And after I'm guessing it's when the same group, I forget what they're called, but the leader's name's like Cow or something like that. They killed, his parents or whatever, and then that left him mute. So he stopped talking after that. So you find that out, you're like, that sucks. And he carries with him a little lion that says like, little lion. Then he wants to hear, or not lion, tiger. And then he hears, he's a child. He wants to hear stories when he goes to bed. So he's like, tell me the one about the tiger. So they go into that, and then even in that scene, it was very important at the end of the story when they talk about, or he says, like, tigers aren't afraid. In the story, that was like the moral of it, to make, this like tigers are badass, tigers do what they want, tigers are brave. So, he held the tigers up here, and he's doing the same, sending the same message to the little dude, giving him inspiration, because he has to basically be a father figure to this kid, and he's a kid. It's like, what? That's crazy. This is real life for them. This is what they're dealing with. They're in a freaking drug war zone. It's freaking crazy, and fake politics happening in this city. So that's also crazy, and that also leans into a lot of what this story, the development. Where was I going? So you meet that kid, you love him. So you also find, I'm not sure, did I say her name? The girl's name is Estrella. I'm not sure if I said that. But you find out that Shine steals from a dude just like taking a pee or whatever outside a bar, but he stole from the wrong dude because he takes his phone, his gun, and that phone is actually the deadly weapon that puts his life and his friend's life at risk, which is the phone that carries footage of a lot of the footage, the murders, etc. that they do. I believe they're involved in like human trafficking, so they just like boom knock in your house. Like imagine just like living watching TV and all of a sudden boom kick door. They come take your moms and then like boost and like your mom just got taken, bro. Like what are you gonna do? You're a freaking kid. You can't do anything, or else they'll kill you. And they have no shame. They will kill you. If you stand in their way. So yeah, he took his phone, his gun, and they find out that he was framing his friend or whatnot, who was trying to be a fake politician, like whatever, stupid. But he had footage of him killing people, and the footage that they focus on in this movie is a scene where he kills a woman. That we don't know, more than that at this point. But it turns out that woman is Estrella's mom, and that's who she's looking for. It's just crazy. So where was I going with this? Let's see. So yeah, there's a cover-up involved here. It's a bigger deal than these kids. They're not ready for all that. They just took a phone, and now, the guy that basically these dudes killed a lot of people in the city, like wiped out so many people, and we find out that the guy's looking for the phone because he knew he caught him on his footage. So that phone is very important, and anybody in the way of that dies, friend or foe. Like they die. He's very power hungry, Cow or Kaka, whatever his name is. And then, so what Shine does, as these little dudes are meeting this girl or letting her in, he's like, prove yourself to me or to us. If you want to join our crew, you got to kill that dude. The dude is the phone he took, because that dude's looking for his phone. And then they go show up at the apartment or whatever, and what she does, she's freaking brave. Like she just like does, like you find out that she's really brave. She's just about it. She's about that life. If there's a goal, she's gonna meet it. And that you just see that, like, damn, that little girl, she knows what's up. Estrella, that's her name. And she goes in. She has a gun. The gun she stole or he stole. Gives her the gun. But she's not really about that life. I think she uses a chalk. I think this was a second wish. So to not have to deal with this. So then she walks in, she sees that he's dead. Like somebody killed him. So she gets like, did I do it? Or like, what happened here? Essentially, she got passed, like she got helped out. Somebody did it. But you don't really know at that point. And that's when you find out it is that politician dude, and he wants that phone back. And again, these kids, are taking the fall for, the murder of that dude. I don't remember his name. But yeah, it's just, it becomes like, these kids are, basically being hunted by these adults that have they know the town well because they killed everybody in it pretty much. And they're after these kids. And, they gotta, Estrella also is getting haunted in this whole movie. It's crazy. Her mom's just overdoing it. But I get it. I'm understanding, it was supposed to be her ghost, just angry, very angry, because she was hidden for a long time, and then she found this pathway opened up between her and her daughter, so she's haunting the shit out of her because she's just emotionally all over the place, and it's too much for her daughter. She's freaking her daughter out, trying to talk to her, but you get the message that she's sending, which is, bring that dude over here. It's fuck him up. And it's crazy. But they basically set a trap for Kaka, whatever his name is, and they get that dude in that room, like the freezer where they put all these dead bodies, so it stinks real bad, and put him in there, and yeah, like you don't really know. They don't show, like is he getting like killed by ghosts or whatever? We don't know, but you can assume because he's yelling like bloody murder pretty much. So they're fucking him up, and outside. Or I'm sorry, I missed the whole the ending. So before that happens, freaking Shine. They have this fake exchange of him giving him a phone, giving Kaka a phone. So he gives him, he swaps out. He has two phones. Two phones. He gives him the swaps are out for the crap phone. He keeps the original phone, the phone that they're looking for, that has the footage. And he confirms with her like, hey, that was your mom. Because she has this little bracelet, which in the beginning of the movie, the daughter has like a little moment with her, like, when do I get that? And then she's like, when you become a woman, or old, whatever. And so he sees that on his mom, or the dead lady that he shot. And, there's also a beautiful scene when that, like, exchanges, and it's like, you became a woman. And then you became a tiger. So, let me go back real quick. So before he gets the phone, they run because like it's fucking fake. Like we gotta go because he's gonna find out. And he had again made like statements before about him hating his scars or whatever. So he's like, you can't take these away or whatever. Like wishes aren't real. And she's like, her last wish. So she was like, well, I'll prove to you that this chalk is messed up, because she was trying to say like I can't use it because it's kind of messed up. And he's like, just do it. And then she puts it on his face where the burn mark is, and like not even like a second later, pow, just gone, like right where she put the chalk, and that's just like damn. So again, you get like what you wanted, it's just not the way you wanted it. And the unexpected results, which are just like they don't turn out positive, but they do. But yeah, he kills him. She traps him in that room, and because she runs from him for a good while, and then she traps him in that room. And yeah, they get their vengeance, these dead spirits, and then you get to see Shine again. You're like, damn, it sucks. He's gone. And he was like the second main character. And you're like, what? You can see it coming. But there he is, and she's like giving him, his final farewell. It's beautiful. Like, gives him his final farewell, and this lighter, because she knows how brave he was. He did what he had to protect these little kids, and she became a part of that group. So then she became, someone he was trying to protect as well. And then he gives her or she gives him the lighter, and he basically goes to this flammable area, so he could basically, like, I'm guessing, cleanse, get rid of the spirits, just knock it all down. And then, he handles that, and it's the last time you see Shine. He's a great kid. And then she walks out, basically, this is like another important scene, and she's looking at this exit. There's a freaking tiger just laying there, like, wow, what's up? Like, whoa, and it looks real. Then you kind of start asking yourself, you're like, man, is this real? Like, what? I took it as very symbolic, like, she got the little bracelet back from her mom, so she proves, like, you were a woman now. And, and then she sees this tiger, so that, like, shows her, like, you aren't afraid. Like, you're boss. You're, you know what I mean? You're the real shit now. And, like, it's just a really powerful statement, which is, again, women empowerment. Like, there's so many messages in this movie. Like, I'm sure I'm missing some. But I try to, just really brain fart here and, just tell you my, thoughts on that. But you find out she's a tiger because, she was the true hero. And because of everything she did and, just staying strong. She led, if you forget, those other two kids, they survived. And it was kind of because of, like, these two leaders, who basically took it upon themselves to protect these kids. And that was my thoughts on tigers are Tigers Are Not Afraid. So, yeah, again, it's a great movie. Definitely check it out. I give it a 10 out of 10 because it's just perfect writing, very detailed, with a positive message. So, again, it's hard to do that. But that's how I feel. 10 out of 10. Check it out. It's a great Halloween movie, to start it off. Because, again, this movie isn't a bunch of jump scares. It has a little bit of that, but that's not. It's just a great movie overall. So enjoy. Thank you. I'm about to hit this gym. I appreciate your time. Enjoy this. Let me know what you think below after you watch this. Let's get a conversation going. I wanna see if you loved it. So my last video was The Boys. I recommended it. So I don't know if you watched it, but if you did and you were feeling that, then definitely watch this as quickly as you can. But again, take care. This is Juan, and I'm out.